I definitely did cut off like 5 people this week too.
Cut off 5 people? They watched the podcast?
Yeah. Let's not get into
You had 5 different girls at the same time.
I hear you.
Bree know about this?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, yo.
What's up?
Just
I'll let you
understand,
do
you
it.
know.
You know you're not looking. You cut off 5 people
I
last
had
week.
kids, and you know, so
I didn't say that they was relationship people.
There was entanglements. You had 5 entanglements in 1 week.
oh God,
I didn't. You see what he
I love to have someone that.
You see how he trying
to help you
Yo,
out,
he
bro.
do this way.
I'm just a young nigga, I'm a ball like I'm Kobe. And off this Henny, I might OD. If a nigga running up, he better show me. Have a nigga leaking slowly. Man, I'm just trying to put my team on.
ScreamATMePodcast. I'm Kev.
Okay.
They go.
What's going on, y'all? Let's talk about it.
First thing I want to talk about, since it's something that's trending right now, and we all enjoyed it, was the versus battle versus Snoop and DMX.
Oh my dogs.
Yeah, that was
Move, dog versus dog. That joint was love. Like, it was everything.
I didn't expect it. Like, I didn't hear nothing about it. So when it came out, it was like out the blue. Like, that was one of the joints that nobody was talking about. But it was a good joint because I think people forget how good both of them was. Like, a lot of people don't give Snoop that much credit, like in this day and time. But DMX either, because I feel like it was kind of like a short career for him. But like, he was the man back in the day. Like,
And I ain't gonna hold you. It really wasn't that short of a career, you know. He had time in, you mean, time enough to build, you know, the Rough Rider camp and, you know, branch off, you know.
Good 8-9 years.
Yeah, good 8-9 year run. You know what I'm saying? And he did his thing with that 8-9 year run. Like, that Woodstock kind of concert, I still don't know exactly where that joint was, but that one joint where it just looked like it's endless amounts of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, he performed at some of the biggest stages and platforms.
I think it's because it was so long ago. Like, you see somebody like Jay, who's still relevant, but he's been off so long. So it's like when like X stopped being like X a while ago. So it's like that's probably why it seemed like it's so short. But
Jay-Z is truly a rare breed, though.
That's a big
fact.
fact.
It ain't really possible to keep doing what he do the way, you know, or not that it's not possible, but most can't do it. But, you know, nothing against nobody else. You know, he stayed in his lane, and even still to this day, he can do it big, come out, link up with Swiss, drop a single, you know, drop a song or whatever, you know, and that joint still at least, you know, make some charts or whatever. So.
I forgot how good Snoop was.
yeah, that's a big fact.
I think it's because of like so many great people that was in his era. Like, is Snoop Dogg even top 5 in his own era?
Like, yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. That's a crazy question. That's a crazy question to ask, but you're right. But at the same time,
I like his creativity though.
What I love about that era is longevity. You know what I'm saying? A lot of those artists back then had longevity. Not only was it, you know, just a craft, but it was, you know, a skill that they tapered, that they made their own. They found their lane. They developed more. You know, they tapped into other.
I like that they all had their own lane. Like you said, they said like now a lot of people sound similar. Like back then, it's like everybody kind of had their own thing.
You had to
knew who everybody was just by listening to them. You never like really like pay attention to like much. Like you hear that sound like all right, that's that person.
You know. DMX bark, that growl, you know, certain things like let you know, like, you know what I'm saying, what's crazy is you could tell he getting old too, because that growl and that bark was not the same.
Like
you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
like
been shot and all that too, but
X was a man though, like, it was to me, like, growing up, that made me like him. It was the image as a whole, like, the same person that he was in them songs, he was in interviews, he was in movies, like, it's like that persona was with him, whether it was like really him or not. That like him being him, it wasn't too many people playing like that type of bad boy role. True. That plus the music, like the sound of it.
The battle was everything.
After like round 3 or 4, I said fuck this score. Like it's just like it's a tie. Like this shit crazy.
See, that's
like,
me with most of the Jones because I really can't judge to see who would you say win or loses or whatever. You know, because music are staples and stamps in time, and you know that song that vibes that era, that you know signifies that year, that reminisces that moment, that gives you that feeling again. Like there is nothing that can, you know, top that, and they both have that ability year after year after decade after decade, you know what I'm saying? Like, they went in their bag, and, you know, Snoop is a performer. That's what I love to see. Like, he got in this groove, he got in this element, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was him, you know what I'm saying? You know, tall and skinny mama. It was everything. Like, you know, it was good to see. DMX even tried to, like, stay with it a little bit, but all of his songs is high intensity songs.
Yeah,
so,
he can't
you
go
know,
high.
here in this day and age, you know, he can't really keep up with that shit. But, you know, at the same time, that was that drum. My dad rocked DMX faithfully. Like, you know what I mean? My dad listened to DMX sometimes more than anybody the fuck else because he was relevant. Like, you know, Jay was that up and coming, but from, you know, their era to our era, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of those pivotal pieces or whatever. And, you know, it was love for me, yo. It was love for me.
Is X top 5 in his own era or from New York?
Definitely. I think both categories. I definitely say
so what the top 5 from
both
New York?
categories. Woo!
That's a hard.
See, I ain't gonna hold you because New York got a roster. Like, New York got a roster, dog. Like,
y'all say DMX, Jadakiss, Fed. The Styles from New York?
yes, they all from New York.
Who else from New York? There's more people.
I mean, you got Fat Joe, you got the Ja Rules. I mean, whatever. Like, he definitely not top 5, but you know what I'm saying, Ja Rule especially not. But
it's some old people.
There's a lot of other
New York too.
Oh,
Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Shit.
Eric B, Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I know Eric B.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's the top 5 from
Like,
New York?
I don't think that you.
If I had, I'm not gonna lie. If I had to really think about the top 5 of all time, I don't know.
Run DMC from New York too?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For that too. That's what I'm
What's the
saying.
top
If I
5
had
from
to
New
think,
York? Let's put
I
it
don't know
together.
if X could fit in that joint. Like,
Alright,
I
you
don't
know
think
you gotta
about
put
it,
Biggie and Jay in there. So we got 3 more spots. Let's see if X gonna
Biggie
make
and Jay
it.
are
I'm
one
putting
and
50 in
two.
there.
Yeah, I think a lot of
think
people
50
nowadays talk more about
What?
50 was
50 Biggie.
not a lot to. That's a tough.
50 will kill a lot of niggas in the verses. Probably except
If I had
Jay-Z.
to, if I had to
absolutely
pick
fine.
50 or X, I'm gonna definitely pick 50.
I ain't gonna hold you. I cannot do that. I cannot.
And I love X, but 50 like 50
Bro.
music really like 50 really was the bull.
50 had the game on
50.
smash.
You absolutely right.
Bro, and that's another person,
You're
a
absolutely
persona.
right.
X had the
Same
streets
dude
on
everywhere.
smash. 50 had
And
the world on
whole
smash.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I can't give it to you.
What?
50.
Why?
Cause
Cause what?
he's an ice hoe.
What?
That asshole.
That's now. What they got? What about Kanye? He an
Yo,
asshole.
yeah,
We
I
can't discredit
Kanye
him.
lost in this guy.
I can't.
Lost
No,
in
take it.
the-
No, we ain't doing that lost to big guy. That's what they use for white people and shit. Like, no.
Listen,
So
what's the
spirit
five?
of the
We got
same feathers
Jay, we
flock
got
together,
Biggie.
man.
I can't do it. I don't know.
I'm about to say
We can't agree on putting 50 in the
That's
top 5.
Cool J, you know what I'm saying? I think.
Nah.
Yeah.
Not even 50. Nah.
I'm not gonna lie, I ain't listening to that all that much, but listening to the way old heads like love that
old
album,
heads
he
rock
probably was the
them,
boss.
What's the boy name? Big L.
Big
I
L,
never listened to him. But
Eric
Big
B.
L. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm saying old heads
You know
love
what I'm
something
saying?
music. We ain't never listened to him because he's not up there.
So what's your 5?
What was the
What's your
boy?
5 from New York?
I know you know that. Samir.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Get into
I
it.
hate these categories. I
Just
hate
do
this
it.
placement. I hate
Good, listen,
this.
it
wanna
got to
hear
be
it.
in
I
order.
can't-
It's
I
not
can't
in order.
really do it.
It's
All right,
not
it's
in
not
order.
in order.
don't know.
So just, I don't know, God. Damn, I don't know.
I
Big
still
and J
don't
up
feel
there.
it.
You know what I'm saying? I give it to Nas.
I forgot about Nas.
There's too
He's
many
not
of
in my
them.
top 5.
There's too many of them to keep track.
It's too
So
hard.
X not gonna
like,
make it.
I ain't gonna
I
hold
said
you.
that. I said
DMX not gonna make it.
DMX will make that joke for me, yo.
Of his generation, he'll make it. But of his
Exactly.
of New York, no.
And that's just it. Of my generation,
Yeah.
he would make that
Of
joke.
the generation, he'll definitely make it.
all time,
Like all time
Would
in
he
New
even make it
York.
from his generation?
for my generation.
Is
From
Jay in
his
his
gen-
generation?
That's like, I mean, this
Yeah, I feel like they
transition
crossed
is
over.
yeah,
Jay is in most people's
yeah,
generation. That's why I know. Jay was
Is
the
Nas in his generation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Jay and Nas.
Jada or DMX?
Shit, who?
Jada, Kiss, or DMX?
I still don't need 3 though.
I'm just asking a question. That's it.
Now DMX the man, but Kiss is Kiss. Like
Yeah, see, DMX is the man, but Kiss longevity.
yeah, longevity and just his lyrics. Like he gotta get more
Yeah,
respect. Like I don't think Kiss get that much respect for what he really did in the rap game, and that's maybe because he never did like no crazy mainstream industry shit. But Kiss the fucking bull. Like,
I'm assuming you're not putting Styles over X. I wouldn't do that. I'm putting 50 racks. I don't give a fuck what Kevin.
I don't care.
So that's 4 right there.
If I had like in a pinch, if I had to decide like out of which of them two I listen to, like it'd be 50 because 50 catalog is crazy.
So then out of that era, the last spot for 5th, you got X or Fab.
Big J, Nas. I would give it to X and probably Kiss. That would be my 5.
There's no way you're leaving 50 out of that.
I am.
He top 5 all time from New York, let alone that generation.
So wait, what's your list?
Jay, Biggie.
No, his generation, Biggie not.
Oh, okay. Jay, I'm gonna put Nas out of there out of respect, but personally, I don't like Nas
Biggie
that much. I like a few.
Yeah.
I like a few Nas songs, but not
Biggie was
part of it.
50.
I'm talking about DMX like generation, like his timeline.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah.
Nas. 50.
Yeah.
X. Kiss.
Okay.
Okay, I can respect that.
All right.
Mine will be somewhere, but I don't know.
There's no way you can leave 50 out of there, though.
I am.
Other than Jay-Z, he ran that era.
Personal preference. I believe him out.
So if he died in 2012 and none of this asshole shit, Instagram shit happened with him, what he did in your top 5?
No.
Yeah, get a
How?
for being a part of
I ain't gonna hold you.
Off of what aspect of his
Me and
music?
my people, I ain't gonna hold you. They know I used to listen to 50 Cent. I don't care. I like him. I like
Just
him
off
as
Benny
an
Bing, he in the
Exactly.
top 5.
Benny Bing was my jaw. Like,
that for
that was
fun.
that work. Like,
Blood in my eyes, though. And I
that
can't
whole
sing.
album,
Niggas
like,
is talking
between
about
that album and Great Theft Auto, I made it through like 2 years of school. Like,
Like,
no bullshit. Like, but
y'all
no,
know
I
it's
can't
wild
do
on the streets
it.
and
Like, I
everything.
can't do it. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
All right.
I can't do it.
I get it.
I'm gonna agree to disagree.
Yeah.
I'm about to say there's a lot more that we're about to disagree on because we was talking about this earlier. So lately, I think it was on the Shade Room, there was some like big social media posts. They was talking about R. Kelly in a versus battle, who will win out of R. Kelly versus Michael Jackson, Beyonce, and Stevie Wonder. And it was a lot of like back and forth because even though people don't fuck with R. Kelly, he still is R. Kelly musically. I'm not saying we fuck with what he did, because we don't. But just on a music level, just talking about what he did as an artist,
I don't understand.
a lot of
Michael
people
Jackson name is
was
in
rocking
that
with him.
category.
That's what me and him kind of came to that
I
conclusion.
don't see how you can put any of them in a fucking versus battle. They are what I call untouchable artists.
That's why they're going against each other.
R. Kelly not
Untouchable versus untouchable.
I don't see that. I don't know how. I don't know who and how to say that you would win. Like, don't get me wrong. R. Kelly has a vaster catalog across more genres, but other artists have bigger hits and, you know, more notable songs and, you know, whatever. Like, I don't see how this battle goes down. Like, it's just
taking
hard
you out
to
your
do
comfort
that.
zone because you don't like listing that.
I don't
We're
like
gonna
the
get
list.
you there.
I
So we
don't
going down
like
the
this shit.
line.
Like, I don't like the list.
Michael Jackson versus R. Kelly.
Michael
Who you
Jackson
got?
is the greatest of
Michael
all
Jackson.
time. Michael Jackson is the
We got
greatest of
Michael.
all
It's
time.
not close.
But at the same time, here we go. Michael Jackson to me, and I'm gonna put this shit out there on record. And my whole family know me, dog. I was just watching Moonwalker last week. Put it on my Instagram, Facebook Live, all that shit. I don't care.
Right.
No matter what. While Michael Jackson is the greatest of all times. R. Kelly got some hits that can go against Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
And he's
Like,
going to go against him and lose.
this
I can go against Mike Tyson in the ring, but I'm going to get knocked the fuck out.
in a versus battle, dog, it's not just what you play.
It don't
it's
matter
how you play it.
what order.
It's
It's Michael Jackson.
strategic. It's
ABC, what you playing?
Listen, I'm
It
not
don't matter
gonna
the
go
order.
with- I can't even do this. We
I know you can't do it, 'cause
we
you're going to
can't-
lose.
We can't do this if it like. And Michael Jackson's my man, but in the versus battle, I don't know. Like, you don't know how that will play
Yeah,
out.
versus
They
battle
would
was
need to
12
do that
rounds.
job themselves.
It
Like,
literally don't matter
they
the
would need
order.
to
It
do
don't
that
matter
versus
how you
themselves.
take catalog. It
If
don't
it was
matter
a
how you
versus battle,
perform.
like, we're going to put this in boxing category for each of these. But if it was a versus them two, not going to lie, R. Kelly
Mike
get knocked out in
Tyson,
the 8th round.
it's
bro.
Mike Tyson versus Floyd. Floyd can be in the ring, or he can get a few rounds in, but after a while, he's going to get
Jab
another
not-
elbow, and he going
Jab
down.
not doing enough damage.
Michael Jackson is the greatest of all times, hands down. I don't care who he goes against.
That's a
That's
fact.
still my man. I'm
Michael
gonna
Jackson,
ride
Michael.
for whatever. But at the same time, I
R.
have
Kelly,
seen
they
the
in different
schemes.
weight classes. He don't deserve
I
to
have
be in the ring
seen
with a
the-
heavyweight.
I have seen the
gonna get
schemes
knocked
of the
out.
versus battle, dog.
Like,
It
yeah,
Fight
depends
Cotto
on
and
how
Floyd
you
and
play.
Pacquiao
Yo, it depends on how you play.
So let's go a little bit more mild
on that. Like
R. Kelly or Beyonce.
I like that.
I feel like this is a better matchup. Personally,
I'm taking Beyonce,
but I'm taking Beyonce in that one too. I'm taking Beyonce in that one too.
Say my name.
That's why, like,
yeah, she's still making hits like the.
Yeah, to this day, like, bro,
she can go to 50 for real. Not too many people can.
50 songs, yeah, she can 50 easy. Like, you gotta think, Beyonce been out for.
He can too.
Great. 50?
No,
not 50.
I think a clean 40.
He can have 50 or
a clean 40 is a great song.
He got 40 on his own. Then if he threw in 10 features, then what?
40 on his own.
Come on, B. Y'all gotta understand how big these artists catalogs are.
40? It's gonna be a hit.
Don't just take
like
one song from the album. You gotta understand the music shit behind it. Be like,
it's going to be all right. Listen, he might have a hit. It was like all right, a hit for the summer. All right, that joint was nice. But Beyonce got historical hits.
All right, and don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna knock Beyonce, but let me just tell you something. R. Kelly got hits that are so good, motherfuckers forgot he was raping women. You understand me?
No bullshit. He touched on that too, because like he been doing what he was doing for a while.
This motherfucker was against, a jury and a judge, and would drop Fiesta, and everybody fucking forgot the fact that he was just.
It's crazy. They made a Boondock episode about that.
Dog, like,
it's horrible.
I'm not saying that.
What is your favorite R. Kelly song?
No.
You can't decide?
No.
What's yours? Since you listen to him like a little less, you probably have like a more narrowed down list.
I'm a freak boy too. I'm put on some other shit.
Fucking made a kid into him. I believe it.
And the baby going up. Love mine.
Yeah, his
Trap in the Closet.
Okay.
I used to watch that shit every day.
Yeah, like all of
them put together and talk about which one.
That shit like
R. Kelly was out in 1993.
Yeah.
Yo, Kelly.
Bald head R. Kelly.
So,
you know what I'm saying? Bald head and tracksuit R. Kelly.
You realize that R. Kelly was.
I didn't know Bobby Brown was that old.
Talking to Aaliyah, right? Like, you gotta think back how long back Aaliyah was
older
than her.
She was. Yeah, like, I mean, that's just it. Like, he got.
Ignition came out 10 years after Bump and Grind. Yeah, he got.
That's one of my favorite songs about him.
He got a little joint, but different. It ain't 40 though.
Come on, but you don't know
that. It ain't 40.
And the way that
Stevie and R. Kelly.
I don't know this.
I want more so Kel perspective on this one because like I've heard Stevie Wonder's hits, but I don't like know his catalog for like I'm not about to sit here and say that I'm a Stevie Wonder fan. I just know he one of the greatest, and I believe it.
I don't think that this can be. Yeah, like y'all about to make me like fucking aneurysm and shit. Like you cannot put this shit into like everything can't go down to a battle and you would say is better than better. Like
it's a podcast for it.
I mean, it's a debatable joint, but it's no different. Like I can't put that against it. To me, you wouldn't have an R. Kelly without a Stevie Wonder. And all that he influenced through the line to get to R. Kelly and when he came out.
He went off of influence alone?
Nobody has
hands down, hell yeah. Once Stevie Wonder started playing, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a rap. Like once he
got a lot of credit for being Stevie Wonder. Like he blind. At the end of the day, that's a lot of talent right there. Like to be able to
because that man
he wasn't
can
blind,
play almost any instrument.
It's the instruments.
He can play almost any instrument, and he is truly a walking fucking harmonica.
Yeah, if he wasn't blind, do you think he would have had the same impact?
Yes, if not even more. He is marketable.
The fact that you can play any instrument blind, that's crazy. Like.
But I
feel like it wouldn't be as impactful.
You don't really know how many artists can really play what they can play until they really show that shit. Like, but most time they keep.
I don't know. I feel like if he wasn't blind, life might have been a little bit different for him. Like, I'm not saying that it would. I'm not saying definitely. I'm just saying it might have been. Because, of course, a lot of people have the potential to be great. But it's the things that you go through, it's the things that you do in life that can put you
there if you blind.
Right. It's the same thing with Ray Charles. Like when he did his thing with music, of course he went blind later, once he was a younger kid, but it's did being blind enhance your sound and appreciation for music and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not like saying that I can say, but I'm saying small things like that I think about when thinking if one little thing changed, would this person have or have not been?
That's crazy to even put it into perspective. It's something that I never really thought about or whatever. I mean, don't get me wrong. Life and its trials and tribulations truly develop the person. It gives you those songs. It gives you that writing. It gives you that inspiration. But to me, that nothing was going to stop that gift from touching the world. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly, not R. Kelly, I'm sorry, with the R's and stuff. Ray Charles was introduced to the piano before he went blind. Mm-hmm. So there was a passion and skill for music before that, so.
That's why I said it might have just enhanced his sound for
it could have made things differently.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
At the same time, I
really don't know.
One thing that I think that, and this is, I guess, hard to say to judge as someone that's not blind, but to have a judge on someone's life who is blind, but they don't have to see as much of the negative. Now, don't get me wrong, they're going to experience it regardless. Right. But they don't have to see, some of the shit that, we all see day in, day out or whatever.
I feel like that's kind of worse, though.
You mean, I ain't gonna hold
my biggest fear, one of my biggest fears is being blind because, bro, how can you have to learn to trust people. You can't see a damn thing. Of course, you can manage, you can live life and function to an extent being blind, but also.
How you what?
What you mean? You feel around.
How you what?
The fuck? You said how you had sex. That's the last problem. You ain't paralyzed. You blind.
I mean, you have sex every night in the light.
Listen, the first couple times,
that shit different.
The first couple times you do it, man, all right. Most people have sex with the light on anyway. I can't see.
But you never saw it before.
Feeling that, but you feel
the first couple times you feel around, you eventually get it.
Was Stevie Wonder born blind?
I ain't never hold you. I don't want to go on record. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm about to say it. I'm too young.
I don't know.
So you probably don't know what the girl look like.
Even got kids older than me. I don't know.
They got more. It's a million other, like you said, other senses are heightened. So they got definite ways to figure out what's
it don't matter how you can have sex. He's Stevie Wonder. They won't make it work like that. Back in the day, it did not matter.
All of them got a lot of kids. Stevie Wonder got a lot of kids. Ray Charles has, a nice little.
Yeah, if I'm blind, I'm definitely not wearing a condom. That's just not.
Shot out.
Why not?
I gotta feel it. Nah, we're not doing that.
We gotta go on kids, probably.
I'm not losing both the feeling and the sight. Nah. What's the point? At that point, you waste the energy. No, you might as well go running if you want to waste your energy. That's the
All right. Last one I want to touch on though is mostly for you too. Michael versus Stevie.
What? Michael will never do it.
I mean, he can't do it.
Michael will never do it.
I'll do it for him. Let's go live, Stevie. Whoop Stevie ass.
Oh man, you're not gonna make me answer this.
He's not gonna see the
answer it for you. Nobody going to get to. You better get one of them rock and roll niggas or something.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah, it ain't going down.
All right, so you're not gonna answer that. We're gonna go to the next one. Lately, people have been also talking about Chris Brown and Drake going at it. And that's one that's pretty interesting because Drake, I feel like they both had a really big catalog. So, what are your thoughts on that? Drake all the way?
Yes, the fuck. Yeah. And they both came in the same time.
Like
so
Drake
got the
winning every round?
No, he's not gonna win every round. Fuck.
12 rounds, how many you winning?
7 or 8.
See, Breeze.
Okay. Interesting, I like that. Wow.
Why not?
Why not?
What do you mean? No.
Like, what's better? Is it the versatility? Is it the catalog?
It's I think it's the versatility that are taking it in the battle. Don't get me wrong. They both got pivotal songs, staple music. They got great hits. But I do think they're on the same court, the same starting line to go against one another as far as an equal balance. But at the same time, I still think Breeze, you got that, John. Hands down.
I think I'm biased.
And please don't let that boy start dancing. It's a rap. All right?
What was I about to say? Damn, I forgot.
Biased.
Oh, yeah. Chris Brown, I feel like in the beginning of his career, Run It, Poppin', Excuse Me, Miss, them joints bring back, nostalgia. Them joints crazy. I really don't feel that way about nothing after 2012 with Chris Brown. He got hits that was on the radio and it was cool, but it wasn't the Jones when he first came out. Like when them Jones play, like them Jones is.
He bring back
Jones. Like
I remember.
Like I don't really know like after Deuces. Like I don't really.
But see, yeah, like Deuces.
But I'm saying after that.
You know what I'm saying? With Lil Wayne,
good John.
These hoes ain't loyal. You can't tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's more recent.
That ain't really it.
I ain't gonna hold you, yo. I still think.
For the summer it was alright, but now it's like, when was the last time you heard that song? Like,
I don't know. Last time you
like them Jones,
when the world was open, like. Yeah, I don't know. I still say hands down. I give it.
I feel like it's a tough one. I feel like, honestly, personally to me, I feel like it go to the 12th round, but Drake take it. No knockout, just by like the card. I keep saying knockout and stuff like that because I'm thinking of it like it feels like more of a fight. But I feel like Drake won it. It's Drake. Like, I'm not even the biggest Drake fan. Like, I probably would listen to Chris Brown over Drake, but it's Drake. Like, his catalog,
got too many features.
his influence, like.
Once you put Wade and Nicki in it, then it's like,
That's a fact. Especially earlier.
And they probably wrote for some niggas. They probably don't put that in there.
Chris Brown definitely wrote.
Wayne was on like 6-7 tracks with
Chris Brown. That's a fact. I said Chris.
We
That's
can
what
have a versus battle
It
just
was
Lil
close
Wayne
down.
versus Drake versus Chris Brown versus Lil Wayne.
Yo, it is.
And we know who gonna win.
See, I ain't gonna hold you. Here's
I
a
like
better
it,
question.
though.
Y'all want to pose questions. Who do y'all think can battle Lil Wayne?
I actually think T.I. and Lil Wayne can battle, but I think Lil Wayne will win.
Yeah, I don't think that's
But I think like he's
like
close enough to him. But if I had to pick someone, you gotta pick somebody with longevity because Wayne catalog is too long. Like if this person can't put up at least half, and that'd be crazy. Like putting up Drake against Wayne.
Like anybody
that's
over Lil Wayne is like Jay-Z and niggas like that. You can't touch it. Anybody under him
think
is
him
like
could go against Wayne?
Rick Ross and T.I. and shit.
Or do you think it's a wash?
Who?
Eminem.
That's
Eminem
somebody
also
who go
has
against
a-
Wayne.
I feel like
go against Wayne.
Eminem gonna win, but they have the longevity. They both have the longevity
They got the
to put the
longevity.
catalog together.
He's not
They
gonna
both-
win, but that's somebody who's going against Wayne.
Yeah, he can do
He's
it.
not gonna win.
Yeah, he's not gonna win.
Eminem,
He's not gonna win.
I believe. Man,
That's a good comparison though.
maybe I'm thinking it feels like more so of a battle rap. I'm thinking about catalog. I'm thinking about
Battle rap,
song.
you lose too.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. Battle rap, it may be entertaining, but
I think I'm not gonna lie. I think I could pull it out. And I'm a Wayne
I don't
fan,
think
but
so.
I feel like he can pull it out.
MC,
But when I'm thinking about like songs that I will listen to,
Let's yeah, you ain't talking about Clarence.
This ain't 8 Mile.
Let's go to 2000.
You really go at Wayne, dog?
Lil Wayne, like his health deteriorating and
You ain't
shit.
talking about
But if we go to like 2008, 2006, in a rap battle, Eminem is gonna get his head bit off. Like it's not going to be close.
Yeah,
My opinion is my opinion. Wait, that's one that I ain't touched on.
You're
A lot of
wrong,
people like tripping. A lot of people kind of died off on it. But Chris Brown versus Usher.
Usher, what don't y'all understand? Confessions, what you playing? I'm not even rapping no more. Confessions, what you playing?
I ain't gonna hold you.
Confessions, what you
No
playing?
matter what,
Play something.
No matter
Play
what
something.
Chris Brown has
Play
to
something.
play against Confessions,
Play something.
it's gonna be an L.
Just play something,
But
so I can
still
take that out
think
your
hands
catalog.
down,
Just
I
play
still
something.
think hands
Just play
down,
something.
Chris
Play
Brown
something.
like that shit.
Play something. Can you?
But again,
can you be Chris Brown real quick?
I am a pay homage kind of guy.
All right, let's pay homage. Come
You
on,
will
play
not
something.
have Chris Brown without an Usher. So it's
Just
not
play something.
If it's a dance battle, Chris Brown will win for sure.
Can somebody play something, please?
Somebody
Play
play-
any song.
I'm playing-
Just play his worst song because his best song gonna get cooked. So don't
Yeah.
waste it.
Look.
Don't waste it.
Look,
So play something.
I'm wasted.
I said whatever he got, it ain't gonna go against that John.
Can you name a Chris Brown song? Come on.
A lot of Chris Brown songs.
Name
It's a
anyone.
million.
Run it.
All right. Lost.
I was about to say,
Let it burn.
Confessions? Yeah, don't put that.
No, I didn't know you. He just said name any song.
No,
like,
Let it burn.
Here you go. You're about to start
Let
going
it
song
burn.
for song.
Let it burn.
Let It Burn is a major hit.
Play a Chris Brown
I
song.
feel like this case, it would be like what Cav used to say. It's about the order that you play songs in.
It don't
But I feel
matter
like-
when he play these songs. It's nothing Chris Brown is going to play that's going to win. So play a song.
All I'm saying is, I feel like the order will play a big
Alright,
part.
John.
Play a song.
And play a song. Well, stop saying play a song. Like we
Like
really
name a song. Come on. Let it burn. Come on.
No,
Let it burn.
I ain't hold you.
Because it's
Let
not
It
gonna
Burn.
be- it's going to get
In
cooked.
fact,
And then after that
Confessions-
one, my boo,
And then
the
my
lovers and
John.
friends, like he's going to lose. What don't y'all understand?
All right,
That's
stop
4-0
it.
right here.
What's your favorite Usher
That's
song?
4-0 right
What's your
here.
favorite Usher song?
I can't choose. It depends on my
You
mood.
really can't.
No.
I think I ain't gonna hold you. I think my favorite Usher song, hands down, is Caught Up. It's underrated, but I love that shit. You
I'm
remember
caught up. Yeah, I'm losing that.
Yeah.
That might not make the
I think
20.
that's underrated
Yeah,
though.
I think that
That
shit
shit
like-
was nice.
That joint was hot, but a lot of people say that shit.
Lovers and Friends. Come on, bro. Chris Brown, that's 5-0.
What?
That's 5-0. I said Lovers and Friends.
It's not 5-0.
Listen, Lovers and Friends, Bird, Confessions. What else I say? Fuck.
I'm telling you, Chris Brown.
Oh, My Boo.
I don't.
A lot of people don't. I don't know where people rank this, but one of my favorite songs is "Loving This Club." That shit. That was my shit.
Didn't they have a remix with Beyonce on it?
Yeah, that's the remix is what I'm. Yeah, the remix is what I'm talking about. I like the remix. That shit was lit.
What's the joint? Yeah. With Lil Jon and shit.
Yeah.
What is he gonna play?
You just said it. Chris Brown. Gonna
That's
play.
5-0.
Chris Brown gonna play Party.
What? What is
He
that?
lose, but
Party. What is that?
it's okay.
Look, he took the L. He said it didn't lose. So.
He may lose, but yeah, but
I know he gonna lose. He better start dancing. That's his best bet. Dance with every song.
I say, in a versus battle, if they performing next to each other, he definitely gonna win the performance.
That's his best bet. Is that
It'll be-
he put on the show. That's his best bet.
because I think that they're still both two of the biggest R&B pioneers that
Yeah, I
we
mean,
have.
I'll give you too many
But
people.
it's levels to this.
Yeah,
It's definitely levels to
Chris
it.
Brown. Like Chris
It's
Brown, when it
definitely
comes to
levels
Chris
to it.
Brown got so. If it went to 40, he would win because he got so many hits. But the magnitude of Usher hits, y'all better go get R. Kelly because Chris Brown ain't y'all better belly him out.
I'm done.
Yo, that's kind of shout out though. Just 'cause you said
He
Bill
said,
Maher.
y'all
There's a
better
lot
go
of
get R. Kelly.
high political people that got out of jail and they ain't letting R. Kelly out. That's kind of.
I'm gonna keep my
I'm
conversation.
saying, I mean, as long as you keep away from kids, let him out. Like,
All right, last thing I want to touch on the versus battle is Bow Wow. Lately,
what?
just because Timbaland tweeted about
Respect my man.
it, and everybody was trying to like asking why Bow Wow didn't do a versus battle, and Timbaland said maybe it's because he don't got a top 20. Like, he don't got 20 hits that he can do in a versus battle.
You might not.
And then Bow Wow dropped the list of 20. I don't think all 20 of them was like legit
little
usable,
Roman.
but
Put all the other little dudes against him that was out
yeah,
around
I'm
that
not
time.
gonna lie, he'll be.
I ain't gonna hold you. He's
Tell
still
him, wait,
Soulja
his-
Boy? Soulja Boy versus Bob. I'm gonna be cracking the fuck up.
That'll be an interesting job, but
Ooh.
do y'all think
Nigga,
Bow
one of
Wow
them got
could go
20.
against anybody? He said he wanted to go against Fab. That's not like
Chill, he drunk.
Fab wouldn't even have did that. Like I wouldn't have wanted Fab to do it. Like that's
You gotta go against Soulja
Fab
Boy.
is gonna
'Cause
win.
neither one of them got 20, so.
yeah, that's a big fan. But Bow Wow been around.
That
long.
joint go to like 8 to
Bow Wow
12
stopped being
rounds,
Bow
that
Wow
joint
a
go
long
tough.
time ago. Like
I don't think so. I don't know who he was
is there
going
much
against.
anybody you could think of that he really could go against?
Yeah, he go against Lil Romeo.
Who
No.
cook him?
Like, you gonna say
that's not
ICDC nigga? Like, what does he have?
Yo, look.
You
better call
like I said,
Mr. P. That's his best bet.
Tell him to get
Master
all the
P shit.
dudes together that was on the Scream tour with him, and he can go against them. You know what I'm saying? They can collectively put all these songs together against Bow Wow shit and rock out. Like, it'd be entertaining, but I still think hands down,
Chris
Bow
Brown,
Wow
I'm
gonna win.
motherfuckers is crazy, man.
I ain't never say he was. I was listening to y'all too. I
Oh, the
was
shade room, the comments.
I'm not.
Nah, actually, a
I'm
lot of
not-
people on the shade
I'm
room,
not-
a lot of people in the comments were saying Usher would take it.
I
I was really
young.
I don't understand how could it possibly be Chris Brown. Like, even if that's your favorite artist, like it can't be.
The magnitude of Usher hits, I give you.
If it go to 40,
I give you
Chris
that.
Brown gonna
The
win though, 'cause he
magnitude of
got
Usher
so many
is
hits.
Crazy, but yeah. I
We're
don't
sticking
know.
with like competition, but getting out of the rep game. Let's talk about basketball. Recently, all of the NBA players that went to the bubble out in Orlando.
Oh, it's back.
Sponsored by Disney. And right now they're doing the scrimmages soon to do like the playoffs and all of that.
Thursday.
But after the first couple of games, what do y'all thought so far? Like,
Lou, what's
y'all
up with the
impressed?
wings? How was the wings?
I ain't been
bro?
watching.
I watched the wings.
Yo, Lou wild for that. Like,
How you wild, man?
he, no, I'm saying he wild in the sense of like
He was
doing it.
wild.
Like, I believe, I get why he did it.
Everybody
Like I said when we was talking about it, Lou got
Everybody
too wild.
knows the strip
So,
club got the best wings. He went to go get some wings. I don't care.
I like that when he
He know what
his
he went
response
there
was
for.
right.
I know
his
exactly.
response was.
But I love the
Just
fact
go
that
to get the
he
wings.
just let it ride. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
he
gonna
like,
go
just
get some
enjoy the
food.
wings.
Like, I'm
Like,
gonna go get some wings.
that's
Like,
it.
and we just gonna let it ride.
He ain't
You
the
know what I'm
only
saying?
one.
Just
The
like
only one
you
that got
said,
caught.
15 years, me being in the league, that's all y'all got to talk about, man. Come on, he's a six man for I don't know how many consecutive years. He's great. I'm glad to have
I'll give it
basketball
again
back.
this year.
And man, it's good to see. It's good to have something to watch. It's good to see them compete again. I don't know. I love the fact of what the NBA is doing with this new stage and platform, though, I'll be perfectly honest. I love the Black Lives Matter across the floor.
That they wasn't going to be able to silence the NBA players.
Yeah.
Brown still going to do
Yeah.
and all that.
Y'all don't know what talking about this.
They going to edit the interviews and da-da-da.
Not edit the interviews, but they gonna stop. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna hold you. You're absolutely right. In that regard, I bite my comment, you know what I'm saying? Because they have allowed them to continually, daily,
they got Black Lives Matter signs on the court.
Speak up on what is the concerning and most important factors of the black community, which is the things that's going on and the injustices that we face daily. So,
what I do want to touch on
shout that out
is the WNBA. Like they've been really supporting, they've been really supporting. And the thing is, like I seen a post because I never really realized that. Like a lot of people don't watch like women's basketball, but they've been supporting for a long time, like way before the season in multiple ways for like a lot of things injustice wise. And I feel like that's dope. Like them being in a position that they in, like they get paid a lot less, and with them being more expendable, they can lose like their jobs a lot easier than a bigger name like a man in the NBA. So for
until
them
last year they made like 50. Until they made like 50,000 a year.
Bro, and that was some of the highest paid. I think the lowest you can get was like 30 something from the.
I'm not trying to marginalize it at all because yes, they have been doing a lot, but to me, where the common ground is they're still fighting for their rights. So to me, they're continually fighting to get their voices heard. So these other causes that need people to speak out on, it's nothing for them to rally up and do it the same. You mean? And at the same time, women are, they the nurturers of the world, so they care. They're more out there
fighters right now.
But they're at the front lines, and that's the respect that they need. That really needs to be given to them, and they should be paid.
They're lucky they don't got the platform that the NBA.
The NBA,
because that's the big difference. Like the big
should be majorly different
because of that form.
And don't get me wrong, while there's still big NBA players that are speaking out and taking a stance and changing names on their jerseys.
Yeah, like they take
Maya Moore is not playing.
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to say. Even though there are players doing all they're doing, there are not players doing as much as women have done.
She doing basically what Kyrie Irving doing, but she doing way more. Like she actually in the trenches, like Kim Kardashian and Meek Mill, like for criminal justice reform. Kyrie just not playing. Like he could be doing something. I don't know.
But that's what they're gonna do shit anyway.
But Kyrie not a top three player in the NBA. She is. That's what
I mean.
Giannis not playing right now because it's
gonna be hurt. If y'all just stop playing because of that, trust and believe everybody in the NBA gonna make a way to make this shit more workable. Like
LeBron's still gonna play because that's
no, I'm not talking about the people that need Giannis to be there. Not the players.
Reason why I think
Adam Silver go to Giannis. What can we do to get you back on here?
Ring this year. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I want to talk about too.
Easier.
Did you see the game last night?
Oh yes, I did.
JR was LeBron and AD talking. How many Waiters was cooking?
They made some great.
Even Caruso had like 18 points.
They got too many. What's gonna hurt them is they got too many buckets on the bench.
I don't think it's gonna hurt them.
How?
Are you talking about when they come off the bench together?
When
they kind of got
Waiters playing point. Not really gonna come out the game during the playoffs. Maybe 3 or 4 minutes. And JR, Deion Waiters, they type of players that need the ball in their hand, the ISO and get a bucket. They're not going to have the ball in their hands.
They're not, but at the same time,
it's like they're wasted. I'd rather have a 3-and-D player than have all of them.
If you notice how the assist is running, and at the same time, right now they're running more because, of course,
it's scrimmages. So LeBron is all them out, and they just got free range.
But in game,
I say you got them by rotation, like you said. LeBron and AD not going to get out there.
Role playing.
So if LeBron facilitates, Jared going to be catching shoot. He not ISO and shit.
But
it's kind of going to be the same.
What I'm saying is you having so many of those offensive-minded players coming off the bench, and the ball's not going to be in their hands. You need like an Avery Bradley that can take away their best player and hit the open three.
True.
You can find anybody that hit an open three like JR.
I mean, but like
what JR going on the other end? Who JR going to guard on the Clippers?
That's my point, though.
All the Clippers can guard.
You got a point, but all of the Clippers aren't as talented as all of the Lakers. Like, it's more than just defense. Like, they're not. Start naming them. Kawhi's not going to go around. I don't give a fuck what nobody on ESPN trying to say.
But what I'm saying is Paul George and Kawhi, they can go bucket for bucket with them. They're not better than them, but they can keep up with them.
Mm-hmm. Which one of those motherfuckers on the Clippers is stopping AD?
Nobody in the world can stop AD.
My point though, you saying they going bucket for bucket. You also got to think about the fact that they're getting defended. Okay, JR can't defend somebody. That's one nigga. You got LeBron.
Who is he?
Dwight Howard. Listen, I don't put him on fucking Pat Bev. Pat Bev can't score like that.
You say Dwight
Howard.
No, listen, no, because we're not gonna act like Dwight Howard hasn't been having a real good season.
Oh, he do it because he played with AD and LeBron. He was catching hoops at the rim.
I'm not talking about offensive. I'm talking about defensive.
I mean, but that's what his core is.
You don't have to do nothing.
But that's what his core is. That's all he was supposed to be doing. Like,
exactly. But don't name him like he's doing so. He's just catching.
He's been a good shot blocker and a good defensive player this year.
Role playing.
We're talking about defense. We don't, like you said, that guy's
other organizations
need the right to do anything.
Way too much on him. They wanted him to be the superstar. They wanted him to take every shot. They wanted
another
him to
piece in the machine right
now. Don't name Dwight Howard after LeBron and AD like that. Like it's not four other players.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
Listen, I was talking about defense though.
Same time, he's still doing his job. Like, fuck no.
That's all I'm saying. I was talking about defense.
McGee, his defense better than Dwight Howard's.
JaVale McGee defense is good, but I'm not.
What?
Listen,
I'm a Lakers fan.
Listen.
You want to answer that? Who defense is better?
I feel like I'm looking at it more so like also just from being an agile standpoint. JaVale can't do shit but block a shot
and catch a oop.
In comparison to
I'm talking about
he's way more
Dwight can move. No, Dwight can move better than JaVale.
No, the fuck he can't. JaVale was way more. Just not 2K.
I'm not talking about you.
JaVale McGee is way more athletic than Dwight Howard.
It's
2020, not 2009.
I don't know. I've been seeing that nigga move. Maybe I don't watch enough games for the league.
Only thing he's not is stronger than him. He's faster than him, jump way higher, he get the way more shots.
He got more
better
range.
pick and roll defense, everything.
Definitely
Lateral quickness. Dwight is just
stronger because when I watch the Lakers play, I don't look at them two out of all people. So I'm not gonna say that I know for sure that Dwight better. But point being, you got them in rotation, and then you got
offensively, Dwight is better though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
like
but
he having a good day, or he get going through the whole post.
Yeah.
Like he can give you.
Point being, they got a lot of people on the roster.
Is Dwight Howard a Hall of Famer?
Oh, yeah, he did all.
For what he did in Orlando, I feel like
he should be.
But you gotta remember, Orlando was like 2 years.
He should be.
He still was good, but that year, with like that 09, 010, 08 little span where he was the best big in the league.
He was the best big in the league for like 6 years. No bullshit. If you go look back at the stats, it really was like 5 or 6 years.
Starting in what year?
Like it might not seem like it.
Starting in what year?
I'll make it.
Because like 06, 07, Paul Gasol and Amari Stoudemire was better than him.
3, 4. It definitely wasn't.
What years? Because 06, 07, Stoudemire and Paul Gasol was better.
Amari was my man. Amari was my man.
By the time 2011, 2012 came, he was going to the Lakers and he was basically done. Chris Bosh was better than him at that point.
Trust.
He really had a 2 to 3 year span as the best big in the league.
It was like 4. It was like 08. It was like 08 to 2012, yo.
In 2012, he was not the best big.
Right around that time. Like
08 to 09, and 2009 to 2010. After that, he started getting hurt too much.
Listen, like I said, the stats speak for itself.
What
if
stats?
you look like, if you go look up his stats right now, no.
If you take
look
up,
no. Take a couple seconds. Look up his stats. Just pull up Dwight Howard and look up his stats.
What year? Because I already know 09. I already know 08.
07. Go ahead. Look at the stats.
Y'all talk about something why.
You gonna get the stats?
Yeah, I mean, I want to keep going. Have you seen Bobo?
Yeah.
Crazy. 7'3", the way that Jokic been on the same team.
He's a beast.
The Sixers are always missing people in the draft. They gotta run early.
Everybody missed Bobo though. Second round. Like
no, they did that. They did the same thing with Michael Porter Jr. They get on my nerves.
It's like 10 was being mediocre. It's just
traded Markel Fultz for freaking Jason Tatum and the first round pick.
They content with being mediocre.
Yeah, that's a hurt. I feel like that's like one of the bigger mistakes. Because Tatum been looking
Philly for you.
Crazy. Y'all think the Philly curse is real? I mean the Sixers curse?
I think you got more to just do with
in 2007, he averaged 21 and 12.
How many blocks? And who else is putting up numbers better than that at that time? Like you said, 21-12 and how many blocks?
2.
21-12 and 2.
That's part of the...
Wait. Keep going though. I'm just saying, look at all of them. Let me see your
His stats is the same the next 3 years. I told you he got a little run, he got a little spin. But before that, Amari and Paul Gasol was better than him.
After that.
By 2011, 2012, he was hurt.
So
Keep it being.
wait.
In 2011, Andrew Bynum was better than him.
08,
Andrew
08,
Bynum was
09.
better than him by 2011.
09 and 10, 10 and 11. Nigga. And then you still 11 and 12, his stats was good.
What
Like
was
I said, stat wise.
What was it?
20, let me see his rebounds. Where the hell his rebounds at? Put up 20.
And you gotta remember,
14.
he was literally the only player on the Magic. The whole
2014
offense ran through him.
But my point is, I didn't ask
Chris
him
Bosh got them same numbers.
15
And that's
rebounds?
insane. No, not 15 rebounds.
Bro,
But how many years he had 15 rebounds?
2.
2 years.
But these are 2 years that I didn't even add.
What 2
What the
years?
fuck are you talking about? 2011 to 2012 and 2012 to 2013. Scroll right over. Wait, no, field goals. I mean, rebounds is back there, buddy. Right here, rebounds. 14.5 and 14.1. And then that nigga still had.
That's 2010,
2011. That's right here, bro. That's up top. Look.
That's 2010.
No, 2010 to 2011, 2011 to 2012. And I said 07 to 2012. That's 5 fucking years. His stats was there, bro. I don't care about impact. I don't care about what you watch. Stat-wise, he was the best. Plus the 2+ blocks he had every single one of them years.
20, 18, 15, and 20.
Okay, that's point. Now, go. If you look at the rest, we're not gonna make this the rest of the episode. But if you look at that,
We can finish it. We gonna finish the argument after the podcast.
Yeah, because
20 and 11 don't make you the best big man in the league.
Bro, 20 and 11 don't make you the best big man in the league. But like I said, you also gotta put in blocks, his defensive impact, like all of that. Who else is putting up numbers close to that?
I just told you. Chris Bosh.
For what?
What
2
you mean for
fucking
what?
years?
No. For
Chris
the
Bosh is
same
not
amount of
putting
years
up.
he did.
He's not putting up, especially with the blocks.
Until he went to the Heat,
The
where he was
blocks-
the third option. When he was the
Third
first
option.
option, just like Dwight Howard was, their numbers are identical.
We're gonna
It's
talk
literally
about,
because he's
talk
the
about
first
it after,
option.
because I'm gonna pull up both stats. We're gonna talk about it after. We're gonna
When
definitely
the
talk about it.
Raptors is going to be damn near identical. Because he was the first option, just like Dwight Howard
I
was.
hear you. But
I
I'm
know
not
you
hearing
do.
shit
All right.
until this whole like that. I don't care about none of that. We're gonna get into this when we done with this.
All right.
So now that we finished with all of that stuff, last question on the NBA is, who do you think is going to be in the finals? I know you're going to start off with the Lakers, but who out of the East do you think is coming up?
The East, I don't know. I
You had to pick
would say I'll give it to Milwaukee.
Okay.
I want the Sixers to make it, but
You shit when you put up the East. What
like,
is this?
the Raptors will fuck around and come out like nobody
You
fucking knows.
you don't know.
You
don't
could
know.
say the Celtics.
I'm about to say
the
my
Celtics might
dark
play the
horse
Sixers.
is the Celtics. I
They
feel
might
like
play the Sixers in the first
they
round.
the people that I'm not looking to come up, but I feel like out of the people that like you don't expect they could. Like I feel like
Celtics?
Yeah,
This year?
they got it. I feel like they could. I'm not
Celtics
saying they
might
will.
get out in the first
Like
round.
right now, Milwaukee. That's my point. They either way, they could be first round knockout or the finals. I feel like the safest pick is Milwaukee because Giannis is always.
Y'all lucky the Nets.
Gonna
The
go-
Nets lost all their players. They would have made some noise.
They definitely would have made some
that's-
noise.
That's a whole different story. This whole
Harris
season would
LeVert.
have been different.
It's a walk in the bucket.
But yeah, I feel like I wanted to be Sixers and Lakers too. But if I had to take a safe pick, it'll be Milwaukee. And then if I had to pick a dark horse, it'll
I don't
be
even
the
want the
Celtics.
Sixers to make it to the finals.
Injury's gonna piss me off.
They just gonna
Somebody
get my hopes
bro,
up
if
and
they
get their
get
ass
injured
busted
in the
in the
finals, I'ma cry. That's my biggest thing. Like it's the injuries for me. Like injury, like last year,
Injuries.
I feel like
Somebody's going to get the Rona.
yeah, too. But I'm saying just for the Sixers in general, the last few years with injury, like I felt like last year they had like I feel like last year if everything went the same way, they could have took the final. Not saying they would have, but they could have with everything that was going on. They still had Jimmy back then. I feel like they could have took the final if they got past Toronto.
You still like the.
I said if everything happened the same, yeah, they still got injured the same.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying if there was full strength, fuck no, come on. But with them getting injured the way they got injured,
Bullshit.
who was stopping like that group of people? Who was they putting on the beat? Like I don't like. You said what?
Kawhi Leonard. That's what they
That's
said.
why I said if we got past him, listen, if we got past him. That's basically like
Yeah, the Sixers ain't
all right
gonna
into
do it.
that. But I want to get into like the whole question segment and. My first question is something that I feel like we don't really talk about much, but I wanted to know because I'm interested, like all of us being different. What's your type? Like if you had to categorize the type of woman that you look for, physically and personality-wise, what type of woman do you look for? And I mean, feel free for either one of you to start, but it don't really matter.
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not gonna say what
y'all
they
put
look
y'all
like.
bid out there.
I'm not gonna
too.
say what they look like because I'm not getting myself in trouble. But
I definitely did cut off like 5 people this week too.
you cut off 5 people. They watched the podcast.
Yikes. Let's not get into
You had
that.
5 different girls at the same time.
I hear you.
Bree know about this?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey yo,
Yo, but no, like natural hair, like I love natural hair. Curly, that's preferable. Smart, like if you not smart, that shit chalk. I don't care if you look like Beyonce. Like if you dumb, that shit like goal oriented. Like no offense, but if you work at Rite Aid and like I ask you what's next, I don't know. Like you would like you don't necessarily gotta have went to school or like be in school, but like you can be like I want to own my own like hair salon or some shit like that. Like what's next? Cause I'm not. I got my goals and I'm not carrying nobody. We gonna do it together. Like somebody push me when I'm on some bullshit. Family oriented. You don't necessarily gotta be religious, cause I'm not real religious. But if you are, I mean that's cool with me. Church got the baddest. I went to Enon one time.
You so wrong right now.
Yo, I was about to listen.
He not lying, but he not.
I went there one time and like they asked who all the new members. I stood up so quick. Put the attention on me. You tripping? I was about to become a member in the damn church. So I found out you got like pay like $50 or you gotta pay like a percentage. I'm not paying y'all no money. You're crazy. But listen, I was ready to sign up for all the little Tuesday clubs and all that. Yo, they got the baddest. This is like last year. Like 22. Bro, I ain't got. It's just Sunday mornings. I've been going out on Saturday, so Sunday mornings I'll be like tired.
That shit true.
But matter of fact, I want a girl that's religious. Cause listen, if y'all look like the Enon, you're gonna see that. Yo, I guarantee. Is church back open? Like, or is it online?
Some places online.
I'm not going to Enon.
Yeah, it's online.
But that's in Shellingham though.
Yeah, it's online.
They might be open. You sure?
Stupid.
I don't think nobody.
I just work that. I'm going to Enon. That's my type. If you go to Enon, you my type.
Huh?
2021, you want to Enon?
The day they open, I forgot all about Enon, yo.
So that's it.
Yeah, if you go to Enon, you're my type.
I get that.
There is no physical features or anything, or a certain look or whatever that I go for. It's more about
I'm sorry.
personality.
If you a city girl, no, I can't do that.
You sure
Can't do it.
High
Girl, can't do it. Nah, I like homebodies.
It's for me. It's more about personality. I want someone goal oriented. Family oriented. Religious, yes, because I am religious. So you definitely need to understand where I come from with certain, processes, thoughts, or whatever. We can debate and talk about it all, but a partner, someone that you can grow and build with. I definitely, first and foremost, I've already found it. But I'm not just to throw that out there. I'm not looking
for me.
or whatever. But
I'm looking.
Yeah, somebody that just understands.
You know you're not looking. You cut off 5 people
I
last
had
week.
kids, and so
I didn't say that they were relationship people.
There was entanglements. You had 5 entanglements in 1 week.
Oh God!
I didn't. You see what he
I love to have someone that.
You see how he trying
to help you
yo,
out,
he
bro.
do this
But it's about to go
all
left.
the time though. Like,
It's
yo,
about to go left.
all the fucking time.
I just want
You more attention to us, and now
But
we
that's the
about to
thing.
test it.
Listen.
All right,
I'm
go
making
I
it
ain't gonna say
real
the name,
clear.
but I just want to know what
I'm
you
making
think
no.
about this.
First of all, Bree do
You
her own
will
thing.
get your ass
So,
whooped, and so
shit.
will
first
5
way-
people. And I'm
make
gonna
this
be
very
there
clear.
close on her whooping their ass.
First of all, I'm gonna make this very clear for everybody and for him. I'm single. I do what the fuck I want to do. I didn't have 5 entanglements though. I'm gonna put that out there. I just said I cut off 5 people.
You did or you
And
didn't have 5
I did not.
You did not.
I'm
Thank
not
you
that.
for clarifying.
I'm too busy to have 2 entanglements. Like I'm not worried about. I ain't got enough time to do that with as many people. So wasn't no entanglements. I just said I cut off 5 people. A wasn't situationships. This was people. Could have been friends. Could have been
Nobody cut
potential
them
more.
off.
Could have been less. People split up.
All right, so since you got the floor, though, now you answer the question. Which Let's see if these 5 people we can figure them out real quick.
Honestly.
I see this type as well.
You draw it. Come on.
I don't know about that one.
You don't know what you're typing.
Not when she go crazy. Not that. But
No question. I
she
actually
not
like
go
that.
crazy.
Like I look for women that's a little aggressive, / intense. I feel like those because I feel like a lot of people don't like that.
Well,
They
I get
crazy,
beat up.
but crazy girls is. You gotta look. I'm not getting beat up by nobody. But
Go hit her back.
no, but just
Right.
I might ask her a few times.
no, I don't think so.
Like bad.
I think we squared up once we play fight, but she got reach because she 5'9". Like, so you gotta think about that. I'm only 6 foot. Like, but
You better watch your chin, dog.
no bullshit. But yeah, like I like women that's slightly aggressive, like in that way, like a little crazy. But I feel like it's passion. Like it's not like, oh, I'm crazy just for crazy sake. They crazy because they care about you. Like they do that wild shit because they care.
You sure?
Most of them. Like in my situation,
Most of them.
like the person that he talking about. Most of the time she was crazy because most of the time she did did crazier things because she cared. It wasn't because she was just like out of her mind crazy. Like she's not Kanye crazy. But I can't date a female that's taller than me. Like that's personally just my thing. Like I'm 6 foot. You 6'1", you can't die. I said die. You can't date me. I just don't. I can't do the height thing. Like I'm sorry. Like, if you that damn big, you don't need to be with me.
We're not gonna get married or nothing, but we can have a baby. And I'm taking them straight to the NBA, bro.
Tall ass, like what are you talking
If
about?
not the NBA, I'm guaranteed he get a deal.
And
on
when y'all lay
scholarship.
down, y'all the same height anyway. That's the number one. What does it matter?
It's not for me, bro. It's not. I don't like it. It's not for me.
How
Like I
tall your
prefer.
son gonna be, yo?
Listen, we talk about that's different. Like you talking about making a baby. I'm talking about spending my life with this person. I love short women. Like other than the person that you talking about. Listen, yeah, right. Other than the person you talking about, everybody else is little. But like I love like short women. It's like if you're shorter than me, you're cool regardless. But most of the women that I do attract are short. You said what?
The shorter the better.
That's low key kind of true. Like until the cap off is
Like
4'9".
Like after
4'9".
that,
No. Cap is 4'9". If you shorter than 4'9", you
Yeah,
in a
I
whole
got my
different
son out
category.
here
You in a whole
5'2".
different category. But short women.
Like half the population of the women.
I love the way tall women look, but it's just not for me.
I thought 5'2" was short for a girl.
Four. He said 4'9" to what? 6 foot.
5'11". Can't be mine.
4'9" to.
That's most girls.
All right, if you 6 foot and above,
That's a
you need
nice
to be looking for a nigga that's
percentage,
6'5" and above. I'm just putting it out there. That's my
6
thing.
feet.
Listen, she needs to be looking for a nigga that's a linebacker. But I like intelligent women. Like you don't have to be book smart all the way, but I like to have conversations, not about everyday bullshit. I can't have that with most women. So I like women who are educated and they look up different things. Like they might know about like what's going on currently. They might know about politics, even if I'm not that big into it. It's just that knowledge. They might know about the stock market or finance and stuff like that. And that's dope to me. Like stuff like that. Educate me. Like I don't want to be the only one that's trying to learn things. I learn stuff, you learn stuff, and we get together and teach each other. I do still like them to be like, not gonna say like a little hood, but like have a little bit of ratchet in you. Like you don't gotta be out of the suburbs. Like I like that.
Ratchet though, like because the.
That's why I said a little bit. Like
from the hood, I understand. Like from the hood, I understand this way we can relate. You mean, but.
I said ratchet as in the hood.
Like, I gotta be able to make certain jokes that she gonna understand.
Exactly, that's really it.
Like, but that's from the hood. To me, that's not ratchet. To me, that's
I'm cool on
background. You know what I'm saying?
I could never do that.
Ratchet to me
used
is
to be
out of
jokes.
pocket
Used to be like, I'm over here cracking the fuck up. She didn't know what that was.
Like if she don't watch Martin, like no.
Yeah, and it's like I also want the girl that I'm dating to
me, that's
have.
from the hood. That's not ratchet. Like.
I put them in the same category when I was talking about it, but it is a difference.
To me, it's a difference, yeah.
But
cool on
like,
ratchet.
Yeah, I can't do ratchet. I'm saying hood.
Street
What's
smart.
up, so yeah.
Like I want my the people I'm dating to be like street
I
smart.
want her to be
weird.
primary like smart business shit like that, but secondary hood like 70-30, 65-35.
I completely understand.
Yeah, I go as low as 75-25. Like I feel like you don't got like grow up. The more we grow up, you can take that a little bit like more away from you if you want. I'm not gonna, but yeah, like that's my thing. A leader. Like I'm a very dominant person, so I can't date a follower. Like I don't want to hear what your girlfriend said. Like if this is not what you doing for you, I'm not trying to hear it. So you got to be able to lead on your own, not just because like you got to lead yourself, but thinking of a partner. Like if I'm not around to lead, I don't want my kids to be being raised by someone who can't lead either. So I want a strong-minded woman who can do her own thing and who's independent.
All right, I got a question for you. This is just me breaking down everything that you're saying in the sense of you wanting that strong mind and strong partner. Don't get me wrong. I wanted to. I definitely don't want someone that's subordinate. You know, I want a partner. We're equal. We're the same level-minded, whatever.
Yeah.
Will that clash for you? Or will you have a problem with that?
A lot of women that I have dated, like the one that he kept name dropping, very independent and very dominant. No, but it's not a problem at all because he was shaking his head when I was saying she's very headstrong and stuff like that. I mean, very dominant. But like when we dated, yeah, I know I am. Right. And that was the thing though. But when we dated and like we're not talking about like arguments. I know I'm just saying, but I'm just looking at it. But like in general, when we dated, she was fine submitting to me because I am like an actual leader. Like I'm not just a dickhead that wants to be respected because I'm a man or nothing like that. I stand firm on my word and I am who I am. So that was the thing. Like as long as you know when to fall in line or like when to let me lead in that way, that's the thing. And I feel like when you're talking to somebody, it's something you kind of bring up early. And a lot of people that do talk to me know that I'm naturally a dominant person, so it's gonna happen. So it's like if you aren't okay with that, it's fine. I'm probably not the dude for you. But if you are
stronger, like the stronger the female, the better. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I like you. I like that you like. If you're strong,
tell me what to do.
I'm strong. Together,
I don't be giving a fuck. So like, but when I do say what I say, like I mean that shit. Like,
that's exactly.
So, like, I know how to lead, but like 9 times out of 10, like I don't.
On the everyday stuff, you don't care. But when it comes to just like more important things,
like nothing, just having that
understanding,
like you're not going outside in booty shirts. Like that's not about to happen.
That's all the way.
No, that's not happening. Because then I'm gonna have to fuck somebody up. So like,
yeah, and then
y'all like girls who fight.
You're gonna get dragged somewhere.
It's like I want my kids to know how to fight and shit, but then if my girl fight, I'm fighting.
Yeah,
like, there's no one else my girl.
I don't want my wife out there just squaring up with everybody, but at the same time, I definitely want my wife not to be too ashamed. Like, bitch, don't say that to my husband. Yeah, I smack the shit out you. Like, I'm down for that shit. Like,
no, you gotta know how to fight. Like,
what if she always getting in fights? I'm gonna have to fight with her.
We cannot always end up in.
That's because you know how to fight. Don't mean you gotta fight. Like, no, but not knowing how to fight is a problem. Like, yo, I've been with a girl who's like got in arguments, and I'm sitting in the back of my mind like, don't do this because you know you're not gonna win. You never fought a day in your life, and she looked like a whole kickboxer. She gonna fuck you up, and I'm gonna have to help you. So that's the thing. I'm gonna have to help her, and then it's either gonna be I'm getting jumped or you gonna help crying.
Like helping when the man jump in, or y'all helping against the woman.
Get the fuck off my girlfriend. Like what are you? I'm trying. Exactly. The fuck is just like that. Like it's that simple.
I'm not going to physically punch her, but I'm going to pick up and move her. Let my girl get back on top.
This is my thing. Yeah, I'm about to say this is my thing. Only if she loses. If my girl winning. Anybody jump in it, you get knocked the fuck out. Why her keep whipping her ass? That's the only thing I got to say. But if she get her ass whipped, I don't give a fuck what street code you live for. You a dickhead if you sit there and let your girl get her ass whipped. Hell no. Like I remember even when the video, all the girls was fighting in the airport. You seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The white boy jumped on top of his girl. He was getting his ass whipped so she wouldn't get hurt.
I would got up and start throwing the books.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying.
But see,
once the first one get hit, they gonna back the fuck up.
I'm not saying no. Did you see? It was 2 joints in that video that was bigger than this. So
like they, I don't gotta fight them for real because you might.
But you might as well square up with them and shit.
You can square up with them.
But if he would have said shit like in the video, I don't know when the video started, it looked like they had already exchanged words.
Yeah,
and then he got like bumped and shit, and everything went left.
The child us from Philly. I heard man, shit
dickhead. As soon as they said dickhead, I'm like, hey yo, they definitely fucking took my phone.
I'm like, yo,
like dickhead.
Yeah, I mean that's my biggest thing. I like people that just got a personality. Like a lot of people think I'm serious because I am, but I'm also real goofy. So if you can't take a joke. It's gonna be boring. Like I want to have them fun moments.
I'm not trying to lead the conversation, lead everything.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta know how to talk too, cause like I'm good at talking.
Block.
Yeah, that and that's my thing. And that's my thing. A lot of people they get blocked or cut off because I hate that. Don't send me if people send me like okay, like anybody that watches that know me can attest to this. If you send me a 1-word message, I'm not texting you back. I don't text you back. And they be like, oh, you didn't text me back.
The conversation's done.
Yeah, you could have thought of something to say other than okay. You know you ended the conversation with okay. So why the fuck are you looking at me to start a new conversation? Why not start every conversation? So that, no. And I mean, like you, I'm like pretty religious. So I feel like it has to be a religious understanding. That's my biggest thing. It gets deeper to like closer you get and stuff like that. But
they love God,
and then you gotta be nasty. I feel like that was on nobody's list, but this definitely on my list. You gotta be nasty.
You gotta be nasty.
You gotta be nasty. Yeah. Like, not for everybody else, but for me, you gotta be a slut. Like
that mean your daughter gonna be nasty though.
You said who?
That mean your daughter gonna be nasty.
I got a shotgun for everything I'm gonna do. Like, no. That's a given though. Your kids, like if your kids gonna be anything like you, my kids gonna probably be some headstrong little badasses, but I'm gonna try to raise them the best I can.
Yeah, y'all gotta accept that. What?
Y'all gonna whoop your kids? You probably already. You got.
He already got a 6. This nigga got the technique down.
I feel like I'm gonna whoop my son, but my daughter not getting touched. Her mom not touching her. Her grandma, nobody touching my daughter.
But see,
she gonna be a dangerous girl for real. Every time your wife try to whip her ass, daddy. She got the belt.
Her mom gonna get jumped. Like, not touching my daughter.
I feel like it's a level of like this.
I'm so serious right now.
Yeah.
You look serious. They're like, I mean, until you have a kid, she start doing shit. I don't know, but
I don't care what she do. She can go in my wallet and hurt my money. Like I'm not going to whoop her.
Cam's looking like this nigga ain't get the parent yet. He'll see.
Yeah, because I ain't gonna hold you. We do that shit $500-$600, 3-4 times.
I don't carry that much money. I only carry like $20-$40.
Yeah,
that's cool.
How many times she gonna do that over? Because that shit adds up.
That's what he said.
At some
She
point,
keep
you
ripping that
put
joke.
your
Because if you don't discipline her for it,
I'm gonna put her in time out.
Time out ain't shit.
But for my kids, they rich.
That shit don't
don't
work
work for them. They become serial killers.
Exactly. That's why they snap the fuck out. You need to.
That's a stereotype that I don't appreciate. They probably think we all drug addicts.
It was just a joke. No harm intended at all.
Whatever.
But I feel like I'm gonna discipline my kids like actual like whippings. Yeah, but to an extent, because I do feel like growing up,
I'm gonna take her
getting my ass whipped for things. To a point, it did help. Like sometimes I didn't care. I'd rather just be able to go outside. But that's my point. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to actually whip my daughter. I may leave that up to my wife. I don't know.
Somebody had to put gloves on with.
Every child is different. You know what I'm saying? With every child, you need to learn them. You know,
that's a big thing.
And, you know, because every child responds differently. So, you know, for some of my boys, I can get the belt. For other ones, if I just take your video game, it has the same kind of concept.
Cut their fucking arm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like, I will tell you can't go outside.
Yeah, only thing I won't do is whip with anything I find. I got my ass whipped with whatever my mom and dad could find.
I ain't in the, you know, I'm not in the truly, like, you know, like, I ain't torturing my kids.
Yeah, like, that shit ain't fun. Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know, still online. My kids know exactly, my kids know exactly what, you know, is considered out of line or going too far. After that point, we gonna talk. That's my line to them. You know, they know that we talk enough. So if I say we gonna talk, that means something completely different.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Like, you know, it just is what it is. You know, you I got 5 boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got 5 boys. Some stuff I'm cool with, you know, the roughhouse and the horseplay, the running around, cool. But the argument and the fighting and the pranks and shit, all of that stuff.
Sit your ass down. You did that shit.
You mean stop now? Like at a certain point, you gotta stop. Like, you know, for a piece of house, you know, you gotta control that whole thing. Like, you know, I can't have y'all drawing too much because everything just gets out of whack and shit. But you know,
I get that.
It's different, yo. It's different.
So we're gonna end this off on one last question. It's kind of short because I know we've been here for a while, but I seen this posted on Twitter. I think Joe Biden tweeted it. Would you rather have $50,000 or dinner with Jay-Z?
Fuck Jay-Z. Give me that bread.
I feel like for me,
you can ask me dinner with Jesus or 50K, and I'm taking 50K.
For Jay-Z, I ain't talking about nobody else, but for Jay-Z, I'm going to take the money. I feel like the only way I would not take the money is if I felt like there was an opportunity. But me being like regular me, if I woke up to Jay-Z and we had dinner together, he's not like
what the fuck we gonna talk about?
He's not going to give me no family secrets. He's not going to give me no recipe to the game. And I mean, I feel like it's not much of a recipe anyway. You work your ass off till you get it, but it's not like he's going to become my buddy. We're going to get endorsed, anything like that. I'm just another fan that he's going to see. So $50,000 can change my life. Me and Jay-Z is going to be dope, but
I'm the reverse. I ain't even gonna hold you. I would
I mean, it's
choose
probably
to take
text.
the dinner.
Is it text free?
I would take the
50,000.
dinner.
Yeah, take
What
the
are you
cash.
about to eat? That's gonna be worth
It ain't
$50,000.
even about the food. It's about the
Eat golden
experience. It's
pizza.
about the level of knowledge that can be passed off. It's about the
Watch
opportunity.
out.
Wait for him to
Okay,
write a book,
you
bro.
better
You know, it's
watch
about
an
the
interview or
opportunity.
something.
You can
man.
keep waiting. I got that shit at dinner. You know what I'm saying? So I have a long ahead of time. You know what I'm
When
saying?
that book drop, I could buy
Take that out.
50,000 copies.
You go, hopefully you still got your 50 grand by the time
Oh yeah, I'm
that book
investing in
come out.
flipping.
More than
First thing I'm doing is buying a house.
I'm gonna take that knowledge or those, you know, who else may be at dinner and you fuck around can walk out of a dinner meeting with him and literally there'll be a business plan, you know, that y'all just discussed, or the simple fact that you are that leader and that innovator, that thinker. We dropped one of them ideas that you done sparked up and he like, yo, I got 12
On my
people
way to
behind me
the
right now that can easily give you $1 million a piece to get this startup up off the ground.
That's a fact.
And you talking about working on 50 grand.
Right.
He got the connections to make 50 million show up to you like that. Like,
I get that.
I don't know. I would take
While I
the
get
dinner.
that,
I don't got
it's
the
too big of a
plan,
risk
the
for me.
strategy to even come to him. Like, what am I?
It's too big of a risk for me.
I
You fuck around, go to dinner, and you pop out with Blue Ivy, and she fuck up the whole dinner. Now you listening to
See, I
him
ain't
talking
gonna
about
hold you. Fuck that. You never know. To me, you can bring your kids because at the same time, I'm gonna try and bring one. You know what I mean, we can have that relatable moment. We can have that family
I feel like
time
it's 2 hours
spent.
for
At
me.
the same time, he done put his fucking daughter in positions that she owned businesses, properties, got her name out there, company.
Give me 50K. I see you in 2 years when I'm up there with it.
Yeah, I ain't. Hey,
That's how I can put it.
I ain't
Flip
gonna
and
hold
flip and flip till
I
I get up
take
to the
that.
top.
I take that.
I get it though. I definitely
I
get
take
it. And
the
I feel like if
business
the
and try to
opportunity
make
is there
it
for you,
next time.
then you definitely take it because that's
Yeah.
how some of these movies is made. Like,
Real
listen,
shit.
I won a ticket on the radio that had dinner with Jay-Z and he changed my life.
Yo.
Now look at me, I'm a billionaire. So I definitely get it. The opportunity can definitely make a difference. And even if it don't, it can still just be a great night. And if you didn't have the $50,000, you can't
Beyonce coming?
have it.
I was about to say that. I'm definitely down to sign that NDA
Yes,
though.
yeah.
Written big. Come on. You know what I'm saying?
If it's J and B, I think they gotta have more money because that's a little different.
Why? They ain't
Stupid
gotta
at
add,
that
but
point.
they ain't gotta add more money. It ain't like you paying for
No, I'm
nothing.
not
Beyonce.
saying Jay, I'm saying in the tweet. Like, some, like you
just
say
Beyonce, I'm pulling
50,000.
all these. I'm trying to get a 10 million. Listen, I don't know. See shit.
But see, I ain't gonna
So
hold you. She
she
gotta
cut
be
them
open to that up first. Like, whatever. We ain't even gotta jump in.
That's when I first seen B and J together. I'm like, yo, there's no way he got her. Like,
He
I know
got
he's
her.
Jay-Z, but I'm looking at her and looking at him. I'm like, there's no way.
the
But then I
money,
remember I
man.
seen like the way she talked about him in one interview. I'm like,
Oh,
so, but we gonna end it right here.
ugly niggas in style.
Hey, man.
We back.
It's
Good.
ScreamAtMe Podcast, dog. I'm Kev.
I'm Kai.
I'm the goat.
Yo, man. Y'all get with us,
Y'all be
dog.
good.
I'm from a block where these niggas get locked and go back. Where the money that you see ain't legal, it's all traps. All black mask, coat zip it up, he gon' blast. Anybody plotting on me, that's a death force. All niggas hop out the V, get your head split, red dot right on his T. He get